Alex, the Giesen boys are known for wine, and now you're known as the Giesen Brothers.
The Giesen Brothers, yes.
So what's the history behind your becoming a brewers?
Well, there's actually Kaiser in my veins. My mother's mother is a born Kaiser, and her two brothers were running the breweries in the 1930s. So, my grandmother grew up in a brewery, and as she obviously married off a gentleman who had the stone plant, where we are the stonemasons originally in Germany, that's where the beer line runs probably a bit deeper actually than the wine line.
So the history of the recipes you're using goes even further back than that.
They go back to great-grandfather Leonard, who started in the 1860s from a communal brewing. He became the brewer in the village, which is in northeast Bavaria, close to the Czechoslovakian border. So hence the affinity to the Pilsner, which is, again, the hops will help in the old days to preserve the beer longer. And so when we linked up with family, well, cousins, as we would call them, in Kiwi ways, they opened up their houses, so to speak, and had boxes and boxes of old stuff from the brewery, and we asked if we could have some of the daily brew records. So they showed us everything. The brewery, unfortunately, in the 70s wasn't viable anymore, and the remaining relatives sold it off. So yes, we came back with a box full of stuff, and they're all very delighted that the name is resurrected. And as per usual with family, they want to see the odd free sample as well. So as we start,
quality controlled, Alex.
It could be regarded as that, but it's great to share that when there's such a good, deep and strong family history in beer brewing.
So the family would have lived literally in the brewery.
That was then the case. Yep, that was the case. They lived and had also, that was the tradition, because bottled beer wasn't sort of, packaged beer wasn't just not the way it was done. So they had a brew pub. So they would make lunch and sold beer, and it was a communal, probably the meeting point in the village after 5 o'clock when everybody finished work. Had a couple of steins of beer, and then they toddled home again.
So the recipes that you've brought back to New Zealand are pretty similar?
Well, as Dickie explained, it's not rocket science. We still use, just like the German purity laws, we use still the same ingredients, slightly grown on different soil types, probably different between an Invercargill potato and an Auckland potato, grown on different soil types, different flavors. But basically we do the same, and certain things get adjusted to get what you would call, make it palatable for the local markets. There's no point of doing something that at the end is called too Germanic or too European. You still need to sell it.